Hello everybody and welcome back to another video with the Lecture Soul. If you're new to my channel, I'm a psychic medium, a spiritual life coach, and just that spiritual girl putting everybody on alongside a whole lot of other things. But today in this video, guys, we are going to be talking about a topic that I think is very important when it comes to using the law of assumption, conscious manifesting, or really just anything else that you are doing or manifesting within your reality, for the reason that it is extremely important that we all remain extremely emotionally regulated within our life's journey, no matter what the situation is. You know, if you are manifesting something, you have to understand that, again, like I've stated in previous videos, you now have a responsibility for you to stay strong-minded upon you having your desire backed in your very highest favor, and that you tripping, freaking out, maybe even self-deprecating yourself for the reason that you're not getting what you want or anything else is really not going to help you out at all, especially because you're so in control of your reality. You have to understand that your self-concept comes first, all right? That is where you understand that you're in control of this reality, you have full confidence in that, and it is firmly carrying you to the other side, because I mean, you can't stop for anything. Alongside that, I do feel like, personally speaking, that it is very important for us to have a big shell on us, or to build a hard shell / exterior regarding the things that hurt us in this life. If we are choosing to consciously manifest what we want, it is totally fine that some things may trigger you, and that is understandable, especially if you are somebody who has circumstances that are not exactly desirable. But even within or upon you facing these circumstances, I need you all to understand that keeping your emotional regulation in check is simply very important for your own mental health, for you to stay focused, and for you to continue to feel as though you are put together in a reality that definitely belongs to you. So yes, guys, within this video, we're going to be talking about what it is to be emotionally regulated, especially because it is so important to be so at this time, especially now. Remember, guys, that nothing can distract you without your own permission. Remember that you are always in control of your reality, even if you may sometimes not feel that way. And remember that everything is shifting in your highest favor at all times, simply because you are assuming in favor of that, consistently speaking, without you looking to the other side for you to freak out over this circumstance that looks like it's not working out in your favor, or even for you to look to the other side where it looks like, oh my god, what's happening here? How could this be? Any of that stuff. If you are choosing to consciously manifest what you want, you have to be strong-minded. That is something that will never change, especially because for myself, I mean, that is something that I had to learn to acquire in the way that I persistently stayed up with my self-esteem, my self-concept, my willpower to continue here, very much so, because that's exactly what I deserve. I had to learn what it was to emotionally regulate so that I wouldn't feel as though I was a total victim of this reality when I know that I'm not. Especially because, again, I am choosing to manifest what I want here. You know, it's a little bit different if you're going with the flow and you are letting things come to you as they do, which there's nothing wrong with that. Any way that you want to manifest, and yes, that is still manifestation, is totally fine. It is entirely up to what works best for you. But I know that for myself, there were certain things that I wanted to take matters into my own hands with. And I definitely did confidently do that, but it was because I learned to not let everything bother me. Not even bother me. I learned to not let everything affect me in that way. I had to be stronger than the way that I was feeling. And that right there is certainly something that we all desire to feel. You know, we deserve to feel very in control of our realities. We deserve to feel as though everything is always working out for us, because it always is, but it's all a choice that we are making at this time. So in this video, guys, I'm going to show y'all exactly what it is to emotionally regulate as you are consciously manifesting what you want, and why it's so important to be able to do so. Believe me, guys, we are really as in control of our realities that we assume that we are, but it's up to us to persist in the direction of that, all right? We have to be strong-minded. We really do. It's very important. All right, though, guys, before we get started with the video, I did want to point out that, yes, once again, we are playing this Law of Assumption binaural beat track in the background, coming from a Law of Assumption binaural beat playlist, which I absolutely love. You know, I recommend it to y'all often because it is very, very useful, very helpful. And of course, if you are somebody who does want to listen to these kind of Law of Assumption binaural beat tracks dedicated or made for the Law of Assumption, then I highly recommend and urge that you do, because it's definitely going to help you out a lot as you are manifesting what you want, simply because you are so in control of your reality, and because, you know, there's nothing wrong with listening to something that is really going to help you out into staying focused on what it is that you are manifesting at this time. All right, y'all, I'm going to tell y'all right now, it definitely does help out a lot. And if you are interested in listening to this Law of Assumption Binaural Beat playlist, if you want to download it, share it with somebody, or anything else for that matter, the link to this will be down below in the description box. All right, y'all? All right, then. I truly intend that you all enjoy it to the most of your ability. And so with that being said, my love, let's get started with the video right now so that we can get to talking about emotional regulation and why it's so important within the Law of Assumption. All right, y'all? Okay. So the first thing that I'm going to say when it comes to emotional regulation is, baby girl, again, you have to choose to be strong-minded. It is a choice that you make, and it definitely is. Allowing yourself to fall victim to everything that happens around you when you are choosing to assume in favor of something is not going to help your case. And I will say that although I do entirely understand what it is to feel like a victim of your reality regardless, you know, some people, they genuinely feel like they can't get out of a trap. A mental trap, yes, but to them it feels like a real trap because, you know, there could be a lot of things happening in their realities that maybe other people don't understand. Maybe it's something that has been occurring for years. Maybe there's something about this one person that they feel like it won't work out with them. It could be anything. It's not just about emotional experiences, but just things that you are manifesting overall. If you want to be this, or if you want to go there, if you want to have all this money but you feel like you can't, these are all things that could be emotionally charging to you. And even though these are things that can be very emotionally charging in that way, I need you all to understand that your mental strength here is going to create for a lot of positive movement in your very highest favor, no matter the way that you feel. The thing about the way that you feel is that it is just the way that you feel, okay? It doesn't have to represent or reflect the way that you are thinking. Everybody is different, and I will say that for myself, I know that there were plenty of moments where I was very emotionally charged because of a situation, maybe within my circumstances. Maybe I was manifesting something that was looking like there was a lot of movement, and then out of nowhere something just happened where it looked like everything fell apart. In that moment, I would have a choice to either allow myself to just feel how I feel, you know, I feel upset about this, it's not the best situation, but you know what, it's gonna be fine, you know, I choose to uplift myself anyway. And then in the other case, what I could have done is I let this thing affect me to the point of saying, you know what, forget this, it's not working out, I guess it's just the way it is, the way that I feel is representing everything here, I feel like shit, so it's all shit. And that's really not the case. That mentality and the way that you speak to yourself about that is all a choice that you make for yourself, where you have to choose to be stronger than that. And as somebody who had to really learn to overcome these things for myself, I mean, oh my gosh, guys, it was like the holy grail, finding out for myself that I didn't have to let the way that I felt literally take charge of everything that I was doing simply because I didn't deserve that at all. If I am emotionally charged by a situation, I let myself feel how I feel. I don't change my mindset regarding it. I simply remind myself that this is just a feeling. It really isn't as bad as it looks on the outside, and that everything is still moving in my highest favor because I have so much hope and strength and faith in the way that everything is working out for me regardless. So my thoughts, they were still aligning with my desire manifesting, even if my emotions were saying the complete opposite. I literally don't care about that. When it comes to the way that I feel, I can feel all that I feel, but that is not going to stop me from getting what I want. I'm going to choose to emotionally regulate my emotions, like literally sitting there and understand that I'm going to be fine regardless, that this is not the end of the world. It's dead ass not the end of the world. This is the beginning of the rest of my life. And again, I have emotions. I'm a person, you know, a God within a person, but I'm still a person on this earth who experiences emotions. And just because I experience emotions doesn't mean that I'm in the wrong because I feel how I feel and that everything is falling apart, because it's literally not. It absolutely is not. I need you all to understand that when it comes to anything that does trigger you in your 3D reality, the first thing you should not be doing is freaking the fuck out to the extent of telling yourself that everything is doomed, I'm this, it's that, you're spiraling, okay? Relax, take it back a notch, like seriously, crank it back, babe, like you got to. Because thankfully, it's not that serious. And I will say, guys, this is a little bit of a tricky slope for those who maybe have had a lot of trouble regulating your emotions, because some people, they will find little things to make them feel triggered so that they can be triggered because they're so used to being a victim in their reality. But again, that's another energy that has nothing to do with you. And I would know for myself because I used to love being a victim. Not literally, I wouldn't actually love it because honestly, guys, like feeling like a victim is not a good feeling, but it's something that is very comfortable for a lot of people. And I know that for myself personally, yeah, there was a very long time where I was so used to being a victim that me not being a victim felt very strange. It felt very unrealistic in the way that if I feel like I'm really strong in my reality, I just don't feel comfortable because I'm so used to victimizing myself over everything. Thus, I would find things to make me upset upset. It would make me upset. I would find joy in that because, oh, now I have another reason to be upset. Yay, I can stay in my victim mindset a little bit longer with my limiting beliefs. That should absolutely never intentionally be the case for you. And the reason that I am stating this to you all, telling you my mistakes here, is because I know exactly what it's like to be there, and I know what it's like to allow myself to fall victim to everything that was happening while also not regulating my emotions, having terrible emotional regulation, allowing myself to just spiral. This right here is not a healthy thing to do, because what that does is that it enables you to continue to put yourself down, to self-deprecate, to look for reasons to be upset, and for you to continue persisting in a life, in a mindset that does not fit you best. And your soul definitely knows what fits you best, okay? The absolute best does. So what you're going to do here is that anytime that you feel triggered by something going on, maybe you are even growing out of a mindset of you being so triggered by everything. You know, maybe you recognize yourself to be somebody who loves to victimize yourself and you're done doing that, because God knows that I got really tired of it. I just knew that it was pathetic for myself. I just felt like I was doing way too much, and I'm a Capricorn, like I gotta have more pride than that. So thankfully I learned to have more pride, but the way that I learned that is by understanding that, okay, if I continue to repeat this cycle right here, if I continue to consciously allow myself to feel as though I am a total victim to my reality and that everything is falling apart always, my life will always reflect that, and that is not what I want. You have to remind yourself of things like this. Talk to yourself, you know? Sit down with yourself and remind yourself it's not that deep. It literally is not that deep. It's not that big of a deal. Even circumstances that to you right now may feel like the end of the world, believe me, my love, you will overcome it. And I'm not telling you to sit there and to gaslight the situation. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, if you don't want to act like certain things didn't happen, you don't have to. I know for myself, I do acknowledge things that happen. You know, I see them for what they are, but I still assume the best out of everything. So that really helps me stay focused on emotionally regulating my emotions, because I understand that I need to be in control of my reality in the way that I feel like I am. I do not want to feel as though there are other things outside of me that are ruling above me, because nothing is. I am the one who's in control. So you remind yourself that at the end of the day, you're still getting what you want. Everything is still manifesting for you. The way that you feel does not translate to your desires not manifesting. You can feel how you feel, but you better know that you're overcoming it because you're just that powerful. These are confident beliefs right here that help keep you on that track of you heading towards your desires. Simply because, again, you are not allowing yourself to fall victim to something that you can definitely overcome 100,000,000,000%. All the way down through, your control here goes above and beyond anything that you thought could emotionally affect you in any way, shape, or form. Even if you are sad, you don't let those sad emotions translate into I'm so this, I'm so that, my life is this and that. No, baby girl, we gotta switch that around because that's not good for you. That is not helping your self-concept, not one single bit, nor is it helping you manifest what you want, because it's just not healthy for you to assume in this way. If you want the best of the best, you have to allow yourself to have the best of the best. And if that means that you take a step back and you allow yourself to feel what you feel, but you let yourself just take it easy and slow, you know, literally process things. Don't sit there and allow yourself to spiral on purpose, because yes, spiraling is a choice, although I do understand some of us don't feel strong enough, but believe me, we definitely are. You have to remind yourself of just how strong you are, and you have to remind yourself that spiraling is literally not going to help you, because it is not. And I would know that for myself, because I thought spiraling was my best friend. Oh, here comes another spiraling episode. Let's live it down. I'm not doing that again. I'm never doing that again. Why? Because I'm a lot stronger than that. And two, because I understand that regulating my emotions was one of the healthiest things that I have ever done for myself in order for me to feel sane in this reality. I am the one who's in control here. I don't let things outside of me rule for me. I don't let things outside of me tell me what's gonna happen. I don't let things outside of me decide my emotions and my feelings and my thoughts for myself. Absolutely not. I am too in control for that stuff. And you all need to understand that you are as well, because your emotional regulation is gonna take you far and wide. Like, it literally is, bro. I'm telling you. I'm gonna stop saying literally. I said that quite a few times in this video. I'm only stating that as well because I am correcting myself whenever I say too many words like, filler words, literally, OMG, whatever. Like, I'm just saying shit, but you know what I'm saying. As well as growing with knowledge, you always gotta be self-correcting yourself, okay? So you see right there, with the emotional regulation, you gotta be correcting yourself as consistently as possible. And if at first it feels a little bit strange for you to be emotionally regulating yourself, understand you will get used to it. You will feel how mature you are because you are doing something like this, and it will help your self-esteem because you're gonna feel like, wow, I really have this under control, because you really do. And it really is so amazing to know that you can actually do this in the way that you desire to. It's just about your belief in yourself. And if you do believe in yourself as much as you say that you do, you have to understand that having emotional regulation is extremely important, and that holding that close to you, practicing that as often as you can, it is going to help you out in all of the right and best ways. And it is all going to be because you see yourself as the light, like you really are the light. It's so funny because when I said you are the light, I looked up at my ring light and like literally that's you. You see, that right there is you. I mean, don't trip, babe. Like you got this. You have this in the bag, and there's nothing here that's gonna stop you for anything. I don't want to hear a single thing else about it. Like I want you all to understand that your power and your energy here is gonna take you so far, but it's gonna be because you are regulating your emotions as healthily as you possibly can. Do not let anyone convince you that you should spiral. I mean, no one should, but you know what I mean? Like don't even let yourself convince yourself of that. Never let anything make you feel as though spiraling is the answer, because it's not. Self-victimization, it's not gonna help you. Victimizing yourself every chance that you get, it's not gonna help. It's not gonna do anything productive for you. As somebody who used to do that same thing for herself, believe me when I say that. All right, guys, y'all need to be as in control as I'm stating that I am. Shit, you already know, and I know that y'all already are because I said so, and that's it. But of course, it's always only up from here, so we can't expect anything less, and we wouldn't anyway, because we have no reason to anyway. All right, y'all? All right then. So with that being said, my love, thank you guys so freaking much for watching my video today. This was a very fun video to make in the way that I really truly intend and feel like I am helping a lot of people with everything that I've stated within this video. I honestly might make a part 2 about emotional regulation within the law of assumption, only because I feel like this is a very important topic, and I feel like it's something that some people may struggle with, especially if you are new to the law of assumption, or if you are somebody who feels like you haven't gotten what you wanted in the longest time, regardless of you affirming and persisting and, you know, scripting and all that other stuff that you may do when you are consciously manifesting what you want. It might just be because you are not emotionally regulating yourself in the way that you feel very in control of your reality, but you continue to feel like a victim when you're not, you know? So I might touch base on this topic again, and if you do want me to, feel free to let me know, because honestly, like anything would help, especially when it's coming from you all. I want to help you all out the most, all right? All right then, thank you guys so much again for watching. I will see y'all next Thursday for another video. You all mean the absolute most to me. Y'all mean the world to me. Thank you guys for everything that y'all do. I cannot wait to speak to y'all again. And so with that being said, angels, may God bless you all always. Please take care, everyone, and keep that emotional regulation in check, just like that. All right then, God bless y'all again. Bye. That emotional regulation goes crazy. Why? Because you are just that in control of the way that maybe not even how you're feeling, but the way that you are thinking. And even with the way that you're feeling, you know, learn to control yourself in such a healthy way where things don't bother you as much as they used to, or even have ever, you know? If something triggers you within your reality, it's not a good time for you to start acting like nothing has ever gone your way ever and that everything is a POS, because it's not. You are still in control here, regardless of the way that you are feeling. The only thing that is important, like the most important thing here, is that you recognize yourself to be somebody who is extremely confident in the way that you handle these situations, because these situations being handled in your very highest favor is everything when it comes to it actually manifesting in the way that you deserve it to. But it's all because you are allowing it to in the way that you say that it has. That's it. So even if you are really sad, triggered, hurt, upset about something, maybe you're pissed off, anything like that, of course you should always listen to your emotions. Always be sure that you are doing what you have to do for what feels intuitively correct to your soul. But even with the way that you're feeling, if you know that you deserve something better, continue assuming in the favor of something better regardless of the way that you're feeling. Unless your soul is telling you to stop and you genuinely feel like you want to stop, that's totally different. But I'm talking about the people who actually really want what they want, and this little thing right here made them a bit sad, this circumstance. All right, we're gonna proceed past that because we have to, because we're just as in control as that, because we are. And I believe in no less for you all. I know that you all can do this. I mean, of course you can. I've done it. I do it every single day. And if I do it, I know for a fact that you all can as well, because why wouldn't you? You're as in control as I say, duh. So you're in control all the way, and that's it. All right then, y'all, exactly that. Okay, take this with you, my love. It's very important. Emotional regulation all the way through, and that's final. That's period. That's everything. God bless you all always. Thank you guys so much again for watching. Please take care, everyone. I will speak to y'all very soon. Bye. Always a blessing talking to y'all. Love y'all.